around the clock, sports all the time. That's never going to work. That's ridiculous.
Just remember to have fun out there today. And if you lose, I'll kill you.
This is Tall Can Audio.
Seriously, this thing is going to be a cultural disaster.
What's going on, everybody? A brand new week of Tall Can Audio. Matt and Rob in the TCA studio in beautiful Bytown, Canada. I don't think we're getting out of it this time, man. I think winter is actually here now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's going to stay cold. It's going to snow again later this week.
Overnights of minus 10.
Yeah. The days where, you get some snow and then some rain and some warmer weather would roll by. I think it's done. I think it's here now. I think this is our future forever.
I'm not... The long, cold winter.
Ultimate sadness.
It's been a long, cold winter without your love.
Well, it's only been a week, but I missed you too, man.
Hey, is this 3 weeks in a row? I think we have 3 weeks in a row.
Hey, I'm gone next week. No,
I think that's a record here for we've had a bit of a choppy summer.
At least since the summer, yeah, where my feet are up somewhere in cottage country, and
his bunions are killing him.
Not at all while I'm sitting down.
Yes, I'm loving it.
Shout out to our friends Michaela Schreider, Vanessa Sanchez of She's Got Game on the TSN radio network for a fun night on Saturday over at the Whippersnapper Brewery. We'll be talking a little more about them in just a second. Really fun time. We'll get into that. It's sort of tied into my beers, why I wanted to put that out there. But if you've never been to one of these, they put them on once or twice a year. It's always a good time, especially if you are a beer enthusiast.
Women's sports enthusiast?
Well, women's sports.
Beer enthusiast?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what Matt is saying is you don't
have to know things. You just have to like beer and be willing to take a shot at it.
I drink and I know some things.
This is it. Well, we can get into it here, but let's not hold off on the beers. What are you starting with?
I have a little something. I'm interested in this today.
A little something.
This is from Sawdust City, out of beautiful, I believe, Gravenhurst.
Yeah. I think they were just vacuumed up by Lake of Bays here not too long ago. We'll be hearing from our friend Angela from Lake of Bays later this week.
Angela. This is their Kartoffel beer, it's called mashed taters.
Nice.
So it is a potato beer.
Okay.
So
like a vodka?
So potato right in now it's not completely, I don't think the full grain bill is potato, but it is predominantly potato.
Okay.
So it's supposed to give it a bit more silkiness, a bit more earthiness.
I don't know if I've ever had a potato beer.
I can't remember having one myself.
Yeah.
So guess what?
Bottoms up.
Today's the day. Comes in at 5%, Sawdust City, their mashed taters, Kartoffel beer.
Before we move on to my beer.
Yeah.
Although I've already moved on to my beer.
Yeah, and drinking it.
Yeah.
And like swallowing and talking at the same time.
Skill. Kartoffel. Is that what you said?
I don't know how it's actually pronounced, but it looks like Kartoffel. Like Karto.
Oh, so not French. It's not Carto.
But it is.
I was about to ask you to.
It is BIER.
Okay.
And so, but that could be.
So we're all over the map here.
We are. And so I'm getting a little mashed potato through.
Okay. See, I've got time for that.
For sure, man.
Yeah, if it's called mashed taters, bring it, right? We've been through that before.
You know what I had on Saturday night? I was out.
Some mashed taters.
Yes. But they were spring roll they were mashed potatoes in a spring roll.
Oh, yeah.
It was French. It was like chives, green onions,
and
mashed potatoes in a super thin, crispy spring roll. It was, bam, gorgeous, man. Like it was so thin and crispy. Now, it came with a sour cream dip. It needed something with a bit more spice because sour cream on top of mashed potatoes.
Do you remember back in the day? There used to be a cracker, I think it was in a green box, just called sour cream and chives.
Yeah, 100%.
Fucking incredible, man.
Yes.
Someone had told me for a while, as recently as like 2012, which isn't that recent, someone had told me, oh, it's been discontinued, but someone else was like, oh no, there is one store, like, and it was just like,
was like a
Walmart
giant tiger or something,
yeah,
yes.
something like that. Still carried it. I'm like, I gotta get that, and that dates back to my child. Like I got that in the Tupperware with my lunches back in the day, and they were
It was kind of the shape of a Ritz, kind of, right?
Yep.
Like it was like that sort of
Well, and
shape.
sometimes it was like a star, a little bit. Like I
okay.
think there was different boxes or themes. I don't know.
See, I was a huge Veggie Thins guy too. I loved the Veggie Thins. Those were delicious.
Sour cream and chives, man. It's a quality cookie.
I think you
Sounds
and I
like
both go in for. I love a Ruffles sour cream.
I'm a Lay's sour cream and onion, but yeah, we're in the same neighborhood on that.
Just I like something with a little ridge, a little bit more depth of flavor.
Sure.
Just bam.
I'm not turning away from the Ruffles.
I love the sun chip French onion.
I'm not a sun chip guy.
What's a multigrain?
I am a whippersnapper guy, and at the risk of over discussing one
exposure?
brewery,
Yeah.
I'm rarely at risk of that.
Yeah.
I keep myself well covered up.
It's probably good.
Yeah, 100% it is, man. But this is, at least on the Monday that you are all listening to this, day one of their advent calendar. The 12 days of craft beermas. I should say, especially at Ian's request, if you are taking part in their calendar, if you already got one, this is a bit of a spoiler. Because at 7 p.m. every night throughout their advent calendar, they go live on Instagram to talk about the beer, to talk about the art, to talk about whatever's going on there. So if you don't want this spoiled for you, hit that 15-second, 30-second skip ahead once or twice, because I'm having it right now. Day one, you've been warned, an 8% West Coast IPA. And the theme this year is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So you've got a little bit almost like of a stained glass quality to the art, almost like you're looking in through the window. Or
Tore open the sashes.
This is it, man.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what that's all about. But yeah, we got a West Coast IPA to start here on day one. I'm looking forward to that. As I said, I was over at the brewery, and I know just by hosting the women's trivia night, women's sports trivia night over there, they sold at least one more calendar at the last possible moment. Our buddy Josh grabbed one on the way out the door.
Couple beers while he was there. And you're like, hey!
You know what? I'm into it, yeah. But they did a great job over there. I was in with a few different people who, like, as soon as you walk in the door these days, you and I have talked about this before, the pizza thing is catching on. As soon as you open the door, you're like, oh, that smells good. Like, I'm not getting out of here without having eaten something. And the beers were good. The event was great. We ran through a couple different things. I spent the week not knowing what to expect out of the questions, going, can we get the point for best team name? The answer was no, but I'll hit you with a couple of things that I thought might have worked. And I'm going to say maybe one of them was too cool for school, too clever. That's what I'm telling myself.
Outside the box, if I got to explain it to you.
Well, so you know that one of their tent post beers at Whippersnapper is the Rockin' Hops IPA. And so I thought, how about Jocelyn La Rockin' Hops?
All right. I like it.
Nobody on my team did, so we didn't use it. But I did present it to Ian, and he was a fan. He was okay with it.
Well, I'm going to put it in my back pocket and see what else he came up with. And then I will judge the other people on your
Have you
team.
heard about the Penny Alexiak news here over the last week?
Of course I have.
So for those who haven't, she's been suspended for 2 years for missing 3 piss tests, essentially. And they can come bang on your door whenever they want. She hasn't been available, and that's a suspension. So the one we ended up
3
running
times. Not just once.
That's it.
Not just twice. 3 times.
And so our team name that we did run with was just Free Penny. And as an explanation, in case people don't get it or weren't, whatever, which is always bad when you have to explain your joke.
Yeah.
So we put in brackets underneath, set her free, let her pee, was that? So we did not win. But a couple of the other ones we threw out there were...
That's a distant second to La Rockin' Hops.
the IPAs, iffy potential answers.
Okay.
Didn't run with it either.
Again, the subtitles, if you can't give it to me, bang.
If you're going to do that, that's obviously beer themed. There had to be... You can't just call yourself the IPAs for no reason. Like a few different teams.
Yep.
There was the LGPA one for team name, and it was Lindsay's gay something agenda. I can't remember. what the P stood for. But,
Okay.
that was pretty funny. The other one I threw out there just to be local was Rapid FC flight consumption. But again, it's too beer themed. It's too.
All right, but
We should have just stuck with the one that we won with at the last one, which was Brienne General Knowledge.
Yeah.
See, just stick with it. Just
Well,
ride it till it kicks you.
but
Right?
the LaRock and hops.
Yeah. But unless you are, like, for anyone who was just there for the trivia and isn't super familiar with Whippersnapper's lineup, was going to be like, what the fuck is that? So,
You know what? Have one. Look around.
it's right there.
It's right there on the menu.
I had a couple of them while I was
So
there. So we did not win that. But I did do okay. I pulled my weight this time, which is hard to do, man. Like, it's a lot of weight to pull.
you're a smart dude, though.
Our team was floated, though, by a woman named Ashley, who I hadn't met before. We now follow each other on Instagram. I think we're friends.
Ashley Bell?
No. But she was a major enthusiast. She knew what she was talking about. But I came through with a couple of clutch answers. I actually, for some reason, knew who the first woman was to sign a WNBA contract, and it had only ever stuck with me because she was 8 months pregnant at the time.
Was it Cheryl Miller?
It was Cheryl Swoops.
Oh. Okay.
It's just odd to me because I
Two
know a
Cheryls?
Cheryl Miller.
Yeah.
The other one, I knew how many headers Abby Wambach had scored in her career. She is currently second all time in women's international goal scoring with 138. Want to take even a stab at how many headers? It's an all-time record. How many of those 138 are?
47.
Yeah, see? Even that feels high, but it's actually way low. 77 times off her dome into the net.
Which is going to be forbidden in the not too distant future.
Yeah.
Right? You know, soccer is going to take that away because
People's brains are getting rattled around.
there's CTE problems written all over that. Mm-hmm. And so to me, it's how can you say to me it sounds low when you knew the answer was way higher? You were surprised I went that high.
I was surprised you went that high because I would have, had I not already known that stat. It's just one of those things you hear one time and go, that's fucking weird, man. Like,
I don't know if
15, 20? Like, how many times do you score off your head in just 100 out of 138 goals?
Well, that's because you and I don't watch soccer.
That's true, man.
It's those guys, those athletes in close to the box.
Yeah.
Happens lots, man.
Apparently. 77 times for just Abby Wambach.
See? Just off of one dome.
Yeah. I did okay on a couple of PWHL questions, players who'd been stolen from their rightful homes in the original six. We may talk a little P-dub here in a bit. Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway, it was fun, man. Had a good time. They always put on a good show. There was some sweet prizes from Whippersnapper, from the Ottawa Charge. I believe the Rapid had contributed a couple things as well. Tickets and swag and stuff like that from these different teams and certainly from the brewery. So if you are into such things, trivia, I know you are, Rob.
I love me some trivia.
In the future, we'll keep advertising these around here. It's always a good time, and check one of them out. You recently did some sort of trivia yourself, not women's sports isolated, I don't believe.
Yeah, no, we had our work holiday lunch. We call it a holiday lunch.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to offend anybody.
And it comes with 21 questions, and so.
And it's in November.
Yep, late November. Okay. Well, because those working, those municipal seat moisteners. A lot of them
start to filter.
They start to take a huge chunk of December off, right? So if you want to get the maximum number of people, for instance, I'm off from the 19th to the 2nd, maybe.
All right, that's the 2 weeks though. That
yep.
A lot of people do. Although you do typically dip back in somewhere in the middle.
I traditionally like to work between Christmas and New Year's because there's nobody there.
Beauty.
And it's
I can get paid. I can not burn up some holidays, and I don't have to talk to you people.
If you get a pile done, right?
Yeah.
You just throw your own tunes on and you just go and there's nobody bothered. So it's a great time to work, but I got family, younger brother's coming into town. He's spending Christmas here this year. So
is he?
With me, yep.
Yeah. We like that guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's the best of us.
Mm-hmm.
And we won. Our table won the trivia.
Yeah. We finished, I don't think I mentioned this, 0.5 off the podium. And our only goal was get on the podium.
So were you a big I know you loved your video games back in the day.
Yeah.
Were you much
Wasn't
of,
any good, but
Were you much of a Pac-Man fan? I know it's a little older. That's a little OG for you.
yeah, like I think we had Pac-Man on the original Nintendo. I know it was older than that even, but it did get re-released.
Yeah, there was Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man was the big re-release, right? It was sort of...
And it was there way out of date, but at North End Bowl, the bowling alley in Oshawa, the Pac-Man was there for a long time. Even while like Ninja Turtles had emerged and like we were sort of into this next gen. It's not a staple for me, but I've certainly played it. Like I've certainly tried it.
So the question was, what is the name of the 4 ghosts?
Yeah, no idea. Did you have this? You didn't have this.
So, but in my head, I'm like, yeah, it's Inky and Blinky. That's what I come up with.
Okay.
I got Inky and Blinky. I am, and I know in my head.
Do you need the full answer? Or do you get 2 points for that? Like, was it a 4-point question?
No, it was a 1-point question.
Okay.
And so
All or nothing.
So, and I'm like, and I know the fourth one is not a rhymer. So it's like Inky, Blinky, Stinky, and
John.
no. So I and it comes to me through the mist. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the fourth one's Clyde.
Okay.
And so I'm like, Inky, Blinky, and they're like, no, those don't sound right. And I'm like, it's Inky, Blinky, and write Clyde down. Anyways, it's Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde.
Look at this guy.
So, anyways, they gave us 0.75 when you said the half point off. So we won by 0.75 of a point, and it was the Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde question. So
I tried to cash in on one of the last ones I went to at Bicycle, the women's sports trivia night. The question was, who was Amanda Nunez's opponent for her final UFC fight? And I got it wrong.
You got it wrong.
Yeah, in her retirement fight.
Yes.
It was just announced the day before this event, this time. Amanda Nunez is fighting Kayla Harrison on January 24th, which is going to be incredible. I can't wait. So when we finished 0.5 out off the podium, I was protesting hard, like, hey, she didn't retire. Like, I deserve something back from a previous event, like a negative strike against or something else, man. Like, give me something here. No, they weren't buying it. They weren't having it at all.
So we didn't lose. We finished first.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what I do.
We didn't lose.
Yes.
It was 7 or 18.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. But there was a question, and I'm always, it's contentious. Mm-hmm. The final question was, and I'm going to hit you with it right now, Matt.
Because I'm all over these so far.
What is the longest word in the English language without a vowel? Hey? Longest word in the English language without a vowel. And so...
Rhythm?
Bam!
Is that it?
That is.
Sweet. Even though Y is clearly playing the role of a vowel.
So, and I'm like A-E-I-O-U and sometimes Y.
But in this case, definitely Y is a vowel.
It's not.
Okay.
And so it led me to figure out why is it sometimes a vowel and sometimes when is it not? And so it is not a vowel when it doesn't make a vowel sound.
Isn't it playing the I sound? The
rhythm.
Yeah, rhythm.
There's nothing. So it's when it makes an I,
which it's doing here, like
belly.
Rhythm.
It doesn't make any sound. It's actually silent.
Okay, I got it right. I don't give a shit. But
yeah. I didn't get it right.
Oh,
but it led me to.
Do you remember what you went with, or did you just not?
No, I waved it off. I figured we were already good enough with.
we're comfortably enough in the lead.
17.75 out of 20 already at that point. So I'm like, whatever. Losers. Okay, but
good times, man.
Yeah, and so I love a little trivia.
Yeah,
I do.
One of the questions over there last night was, which U.S. women's national soccer team player has a frog named after them? Like.
I don't even know a U.S. women soccer player.
You know Abby Wambach now. Like
no, sorry, and I do, and I assume it wasn't Abby Wambach.
It was not. It was Mia Hamm. And they didn't tell us.
She doesn't even play anymore, so we're not current.
No.
Okay.
But afterwards, I was talking to Vanessa. I'm like, what's the fucking frog called? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, Well, you have to. Like, you
You
got to at
do
least
have
give us
to.
that after.
There's
And
a
she
red-
did look it up, and it was like something Latin, like it was named for her, but later, and it was
Right.
like Hamanus Miapol or something like
Yeah.
that. Like,
But you got to know. You do have to know if you're going to ask the question.
yeah, and she knew enough that it was a thing.
Yep.
But
All
yeah, I
right.
think when you're reading out the answers, you got to hit people with, and here's what that
And
frog
here's
was
why it
called.
is.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, shout out to all of them, man. It was a fun night. We had a good time. We were the last people out of the brewery, perhaps not surprisingly.
Clutch my pearls.
It happens a little bit from time to time. My belly, been a little questionable today because, as you know, when I walk into a brewery, I'm not going to have the same thing 4 or 5 times. I'm going to have 4 or 5 different things. And I woke up this morning going, man, not hungover, but just not hungover, but just kind of like, hey, easy down there. Right?
Matt's barrel becomes the king's beer. Really, that's what that is, right? When you pitch all whatever's left in the bottom of all the pint glasses and you throw them, that's what Matt's belly becomes.
Yeah, when you're playing Kings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the King's beer. Right?
Yeah. That's what it is. So you just throw it all and then whoever, you got to drink the end
You
of
got
it.
to drink the
Grossness.
Yep.
Listen, on the way over
I
here,
will listen.
on the way over here today, I'm a little bit cheesed off today, to be honest with you, and you can join me in this or not. I took an Uber over here again today,
Yep.
and it's kind of shitty weather. It's
Yeah, it's
sort of
been snowing and wet and-
yeah, it's sort of greasy in a bit.
I stepped out just for a moment and snowing and whatever, and I was fine with that. How slippery it was under the snow was unexpected.
Yeah.
So
So the guy I'm in with, he's driving away and he's speaking on like he's got like his earbuds or whatever. He's speaking to somebody else.
sure.
And he sort of has that Slytherin language. Like I can just sort of, he's talking in whatever that. I can't hear him hardly. Like
No.
he's just sort of, he's speaking quietly to
Sure.
somebody. And I thought, okay, you know what? I know you know that I like to talk
Yes,
usually
I do.
to.
Meanwhile, when I get in and hear them speaking in their own vet, I'm like, sweet.
He's not talking to me.
This is it. Leave me alone, man.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I settle into the silence of just me looking out the window. And then the guy stops talking and he turns to me. And the first thing he says to me is, how much is Uber charging you? And I'm like, I know these questions never lead in a good direction, right?
My guy coming home last night was all about how underpaid and
Yes.
whatever.
And so,
Yeah. Which really just means tip me,
and to
which
me,
I do, but
well, and to me, he's not getting my tip because he talked to me for 5 minutes and it was all about how shitty it was, how I should be paying more. And I'm like, now I wish you would get back on your
yeah, go call somebody else.
talk to somebody else because you know what? Don't do it.
Yeah.
Like at this point, this is what it is. I've agreed to this. You've agreed to this.
Yeah. We're both here voluntarily.
And so, but he kept going on. Not enough. It's terrible pay. I'm like, yeah, all right. What do you want me to do? I said, the only thing you can do, I said, is tips, right? That's the only.
Yep.
And in my head, I'm like, and you're not
Yours is wearing down right now.
right now actively.
Yeah.
At the sands.
You
through the
are
hourglass.
chipping away at it.
And then about 2/3 of the way over, he got back on the phone. He started talking to somebody else, and then talked to me as I got out. I'm like, beat it, man. Beat it. And put some fucking winter tires on that car.
On my way over to Whippersnapper on Saturday night, guy, like I hadn't even finished doing up my seatbelt yet. The guy's like, you mind if I put something on? Like on the radio? No, that'd be great, man. And it's a TED Talk about brain health. Yeah. Which is fine. Like to me, that was going to be more interesting than whatever
you guys were
music
gonna
was
talk
like,
about.
or whatever music somebody was likely to put on. And so, I don't know. We're only like 2 minutes into the drive, maybe less than that. It must have been less than that. I said, "Is this a TED Talk?" Because those are available as a podcast. Was just trying to get a handle on who I'm listening to right now. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Actually, blank, blank, blank." Like he goes back, restarts the whole episode, and every now and then, like I did sort of get into listening to it, and he'll turn it down and ask me what I think of what she just said. I'm like, hey, turn that back up. I'd really rather just listen to, like I was finding it interesting, much like you said, much more interesting than you and I debating the topic.
No,
yeah.
I never said that.
No. But you said that I would find listening more interesting than
whatever
talking
you and he
to
were
him.
going to talk
Yes.
about. Yeah, no, if I'm involved in the equation.
Right.
It's gonna be
And so
way
all
more
of a sudden, like, you asked me if we can listen to this. I said, yes, don't turn it down on me now, right? Like,
Yeah.
so anyway.
Shout out Goggin Deep.
Okay.
That's the guy's name.
I'm sure it is.
3 days into his Uber career and he's already bitching about it. And I'm like, you know what, buddy, beat it. I don't want to spend our 15 minutes complaining about how little you're getting paid.
No.
Because I'm actually, whatever you're getting paid, I'm paying 2.5 times it. So
Times it. We saw this, and I should make this clear once more before we get into this. You and I are talking, as always, early Sunday afternoon. So by the time this comes out on Monday, there will have been another Sens game. But the captain is back. Brady Tkachuk returned on Friday in St. Louis. I'm sort of curious. I think I know the answer, but I will allow you to take the reins on this. What your expectations were when he went out and we found out it was going to be long-term compared to what they actually did. I think it was not 11-5, 11-6 or something like that without him.
11-5-4 without him.
It's not bad, man. Without a top-line guy.
They were 1-2 when he went out, and they went 11-5-4 without him.
I forgot it was that early.
Yeah.
That he...
In the middle of the third game, which turned out to be a loss to Nashville.
Right.
Which nobody has done since.
Lost to Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know. The stretch that they went on without him and the way they've set themselves up, I believe they are at the current moment second in the division.
No.
Okay.
With all that happened last night on Saturday night, where virtually everybody else in the division won,
And Ottawa was staying pat.
Or there were 3-point games.
Yes.
Ottawa is now 2 out of a wild card.
This division is so fucked up.
Yes. So
I did text you a week ago and say, fuck, this division is good or bad.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes.
I don't know yet, but
no, I'm pretty sure
it's bad.
It's not good. And so, but like Ottawa went 11-5-4.
So we should say, though, by the time people hear this, Ottawa might be back in leading the division or whatever if they win tonight.
And so my expectations when Brady went out was, you know, if you can just stay 500, that would be great. Like this was a team that couldn't score last year 5-on-5.
Ottawa, just have a mediocre November. Can you do that? I know you can.
In the last 5 years, no is the answer. And so this team that was hard pressed to score, then couldn't in the first start of the season keep pucks out of their net.
Yeah.
Then you lose your captain, who he's good for 60 to 70 points, 30 goals. Like put it on the board.
Yep.
And
Put
then
him on the board.
And then he goes out and you're like, fuck, we are in trouble. And, you know, they were initially, they started out 2-5, I believe, 2-5-1, something like that. They got the defensive game in order. And then things just started to, and unlike in past years, they got games into overtime.
Sure.
And got either loser points or won, right? Like that was the big dividing line between early seasons in the past was they were able to get some of these extra points that they were just losing. So the structure that we saw last year, especially in the second half of last year, they sort of refound, right? And so, and the goalies, you know, you'll know this in Toronto, if you don't get decent goaltending, like average to slightly better than average, you're not doing much.
And even sometimes if you do.
Yeah.
From this side of the table.
Yes. And so really happy. And so Brady coming back in, like everybody's worried about, oh, you know, is there this, you know, okay, he's back. The captain's
What's that
back.
old stereotype for any team? Our best player, and I don't know if Brady's their best player. He's certainly their biggest leader.
Yep.
Everybody else gets to let their guard down. And do we suddenly start waiting for him to do it all?
Well, judging by the results on Friday, that was probably the worst game they played in 20 games. That, like, to me, it was St. Louis.
It's also a Friday afternoon. Like, it's kind of weird. Everybody's off kilter.
But it's weird for everybody.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
A 4:00 game, which is 3:00 Central Time.
Yeah.
It's weird for everybody.
True enough.
There's 2 teams in this game, and it's weird. And you're playing St. Louis,
Yeah.
who is not a playoff team. Now, they have been, I think they had points in 8 of 10 games coming into it. Like they are.
I know where they found a couple of those.
Yeah, they are on the upswing, right? This team. And so, but man, the ice was tilted. And I would say for 45 minutes of that 60 minutes, St. Louis was the far better team. Not just like, oh, no, man. The ice was tilted. And Nylander was excellent. But man, you are facing a torrent, a deluge of 2-on-1s and scramble opportunities in front of your own net. Like it was not good.
What did you make of the way that he was worked back in? Because one of the conversations that was going on,
I loved it,
on Twitter leading up to it, if you'll allow me to first frame the question, apparently.
Yep. Nope.
We can just skip it now. It's been answered. But was, hey, maybe you drop him in on line 2 with Cousins or Pinto, depending on your perspective.
How about you put him on a line with Cousins?
Yeah.
Don't even bother labeling it.
Don't put a number on it. Because that number 1 line with Stützle and Batherson had been humming a bit. And that was sort of my thought. Like, let's see. And that was with full expectation. At some point, I will put Brady back with Stützle and whatever you want to do on the other side. If it stays Batherson, that's fine. If it turns out to be somebody else, that's fine. But why not, while that top line is humming, take a look at something else, right?
Yep.
Let him work
his way back in.
Yeah, and also have in my back pocket later go, hey, that actually worked. When I do need to shake things up down the road eventually, again, if I have put him back with Timmy and I do need to spread it out a little more, I can do this, and that actually worked. Or I did try that earlier in the year and it didn't work. I think you kind of had a moment there to try it without interrupting something that was already working. There were other people who were saying you don't disrespect your captain that way. When he comes in, he gets his spot back right away. I certainly have time for that argument as well. What did you think of the way they handled it?
Well, seeing to me, Creech on the pregame show, which I was listening to, working up, doing some prep work in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. That was a question he posed to, I believe it was Gord Wilson and Brad Smith. Mm-hmm. Where do you put him? And I'm like, talking to the radio, which...
As we all do.
Yeah, TV and radio I talk to all the time.
You guys out there, you've yelled at us before.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm like, no, man, the way the Batherson and Stützle duo was going, that's been money in the bank. You take this opportunity, let him work, let Brady, it's not a disrespect, you let him come in with...
The lack of respect.
With Dylan Cousins, right, who is a legitimate player. It's not like you're putting him on the fourth line.
No, you haven't buried him on the fourth line.
And so you're putting him in, and you're giving yourself an opportunity to have a little bit of found money.
Yeah.
And once he works his way through, this is either going to be a huge success, or you're going to move him back up with Stützle. Sure. And as it turns out, the Brady Cousins was
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. The Stützle-Batherson line was the worst of the 4 lines. Like, they were directly responsible for 2 of the goals, probably. Mm-hmm. Not good. Like, they were borderline terrible. Them and Jordan Spence. But to me, it was just in terms of what you let coming back on you in terms of, outmanned rushes and stuff. It was not a good. And I'm looking at this game going, yeah, okay, you've played well. You're 3-1 on this 7-game road trip, but you're fucking rolling into Dallas on Sunday night. Which, if you looked at the standings, pretty good. Dallas Stars.
They have found themselves a little
This
bit,
is where you're going to rebound on the road in Dallas on a Sunday night.
Right.
Seems, what's the word? Unlikely.
Well, and they had just taken out Vegas, right? In overtime.
They were a bit lucky.
Yeah. But that's fine.
Allmark was good, and I know the goalie gets paid.
But you're like, don't let your guard down here in St. Louis and then have to go to Dallas and whatever. And yet, that would be the natural reaction. Like, I have no doubt they will have gotten up for Dallas. We don't know what the result will be. But
their 32nd penalty kill against, when you look at the power play points leaders, it's Rantanen 1, it's Johnston 2, and Robertson 4th. Like,
who's ranting and running through the boards tonight?
Yeah,
suddenly bruiser.
Is he hopefully suspended tonight? Can we hope for that?
Suddenly rambunctious Mikko Rantanen.
So it seems like doubly hard for you to expect a rebound game. And again, the good listener will have known the result.
Yeah.
But the reality is, it's a tall task
Of course.
based on
they're a good team for sure.
they're good, and you're going to get Ottinger. The days of Ottawa getting the backups on a regular basis, it's not there anymore. So you are getting, well, except for you, Akira Schmid, or I don't know who's running the show there, but it is one of those things where you're getting Ottinger tonight, and you're getting what's got to be a top 2 power play in the league against your 32nd ranked. So you better batten down the hatches, and you better bring your
Play
A
a nice,
game.
clean game. Yeah.
You play what Ottawa does, and so you go, you know what's a little boring, right? When you're winning 3-2, you know what's worse than winning 3-2 in a boring way? Having the ice tilted and losing 5-4 or 4-3, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Boring wins way better than
Just win, baby.
exciting losses.
Yeah.
So I will be. There was certainly a letdown in St. Louis in his first game back. I will be interested to see how this all shakes loose, because you need to muscle up, because you go to Dallas, then you go into Montreal, which they're hot and cold.
Yep. But that'll be an emotional.
And they've had Ottawa's number in the past.
Yeah, they'll get up for it,
year
for
and a
sure.
half. So you are at 3-2 now on a 7-game road trip. You know, you've sort of back-ended yourself into, if you could have went into 4-1 into Dallas, you'd be like gravy. And then
whatever happens from here.
You muscle out points in Montreal, wherever it is.
Sure.
But you've now made it a bit of a tough sled to get an above 500 record on this 7-game road trip.
So one more thing on the Sens. On Friday's edition of the 32 Thoughts podcast with Friedman, he was talking about underappreciated defensemen. And Jake Sanderson's name came up.
I don't understand that.
Well, it seems like maybe we'll be on the same page here, but he was sort of talking about guys who go, like he referenced Shea Weber as a guy who went his whole career, didn't win a Norris, and how unjust that was. And the reason it got my fur up a little bit was Jake Sanders, like 23? Are we already assuming he's never going
23,
to?
yeah.
Like, I'm not throwing that guy's name out there unless you believe he should have won it last year or the year before, whatever. And I don't think that's a particularly reasonable take, but he has been taking big steps every year. There's no question for the next 10 years, 15 years, he's going to be one of the best defensemen in the league. I don't think I've heard anyone say he's already been robbed of a Norris. And so to throw that name in there now screamed a little bit to me of like Canadian, not clickbait, but like, hey, let's get people talking about this. I don't think there's any reason to assume at this point he will or won't win a Norris. It was odd to me that he was in this conversation of guys that will go their careers without being properly recognized. It's too soon, man.
Yeah, and I can't speak for what Elliott was thinking when he said that.
What were you thinking?
Right? Every time I look at his suit choice on a Saturday night, that is the soundbite, I think.
Been asked.
Yeah. You already got that turn up hanging out the top. What are you doing with the suit choice? So it is, to me, I what I understood from that comment was that people outside of the Ottawa market are still sort of largely unaware of the impact.
And that might be fair.
That's how I took it.
Yeah.
And that if he was to continue on this course and trajectory, that it would be similar to a Weber where you're like, that guy is in a Vezina conversation,
Norris, yeah.
Norris, sorry, yes,
Yep.
which is where I think Sanderson is trending.
Yeah.
He certainly has not been due or
He's not been robbed yet.
shortchanged on a Norris vote yet.
I could see him having a year, maybe a couple of years where he wins it. It seemed odd to already be putting him.
I took it more along the way that most people aren't aware. Like Weber in Nashville, like we as Team Canada guys, when you see him at the World Juniors or you see him in
2010 Olympics,
putting it through the net,
putting it right through the mesh.
Yeah, like those are like we're all aware of that because we're all looking at it, right?
But we did see Sanderson added to the Four Nations, and he didn't end up being a seventh guy, an alternate. He ended up being a key guy on the ice in overtime.
Scored a goal. One of the two American
almost
goals.
scored the tournament winner in the gold medal game.
This is it.
Yeah.
And so
whatever you call it, championship.
and that's where I was saying when I was sort of scoffed at the beginning of this was nobody who's a hockey fan who watched the Four Nations doesn't understand what Jake Sanderson could be.
Yeah, like he went from last year, and by all accounts, a lot of people are saying he was putting too much pressure on himself, and maybe that's what was happening. That's why he didn't make it.
For sure.
This year, like that guy's a lock.
That guy's a lock.
Nobody thinks he's not going to be on the team in some way, or like top four, top six, whatever.
Just based on his work in that tournament.
Yes.
Let alone what he does right now.
Yeah, once he got there, like put the trepidation or whatever he might have been feeling going into it and putting too much prep. Once he got there, that guy did not look out of place. And they had 2 or 3 defensemen worse than him once he got into the rotation.
Easily. Yeah. And so, to me, whether he ever, like, in a league that has Makar and Quinn Hughes, like, who are going to put up ungodly numbers. I'm not sure Sanderson will ever put up those kinds of numbers. But he's a blanket.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he is the guy who is going to
this is where the argument always goes, right? Erik Karlsson puts up 60 or 70 points. Is that what the Norris should be, right?
I'd rather have a Sanderson at 50 points doing what he does defensively.
Yeah.
But that is the thing, right? And you look at Miro Heiskanen.
Yeah.
Right? That's another guy who is unbelievable.
Yep.
But has been outshone numerically or statistically by, in this case, either Yossi, Quinn Hughes, Makar,
and Quinn Hughes. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're looking at, people go, well, look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. And they just jump out at
It's not Harry Howell won the Norris right before Bobby Orr 1,000 years ago. He said, I'm glad I won it this year because it's going to be that guy for the next 15. Now, he wouldn't have been able to see the injuries coming, but Bobby Orr's going to win this for the next however many years.
Bobby Orr, you're just never going to get the puck from him.
And this is it. So it's not that Heiskanen has been undeserving, but there's 2 or 3 names out in front of you that are like generationally just out of reach. Like you got no shot at getting there. And on 30 teams, 29 teams, Miro Heiskanen is a slam dunk number 1. Thank God we've got that guy defenseman. Yeah. But on 2 other teams, he's a distant second.
Correct. or 3, whatever. Like,
sure.
But he is in that top 5
100%,
conversation.
100%, yeah.
And you go, anybody would love to have that guy. And yet, when you are, and especially Makar, who's on a wagon of a team, like
1 regulation loss still.
Yes. Now 42 overtime losses.
Yeah. Well,
like I think they're leading the league in overtime losses. But anyways, the point being, they are racking up the points.
Yep.
Racking them up, and Makar love that guy, but as long as that guy's in the league,
this is it.
Your Sandersons,
and that was my point with Harry Howell.
Heiskanens.
Like it doesn't matter what. If I'm right now the second best defenseman in the league, by next year I will be second best by a country mile.
You're Randy Carlyle's. Like these kinds of people.
Can we talk about Colorado for a second? Because
you're running the show here, man. I'm not going anywhere.
Sunday morning, they were on pace to finish with 3 more points than the Bruins of 2 years ago, when they set the record. I think it was 3 years ago.
Nope, 3 years ago.
Because last year they missed the playoffs.
Florida's loss to Vegas, so that's 3 years ago.
So when Boston set the record, we had the big debate, Montreal in fewer games and whatever else. Colorado is on pace to finish with 3 more points than that Bruins team did. Look, no one believes they're on pace. Like they are on pace to lose 4 regulation games all year. I don't believe anyone thinks they'll keep that particular pace. Are you buying as much Avalanche hockey as you and I are watching that there's a chance that they'll push that? Or my biggest thing is the Olympics. Like coming out of it, does a guy or two take a day off? Is there a letdown?
Yes. To me, it's not they are.
Because that Boston team, I kept going, Colorado's not deep enough up front. I went, really? Because that Boston team wasn't exactly still full of just lights out world beaters.
Charlie Coyle says,
yeah,
you, Matt.
Is he not in? No, he left Colorado.
He got traded out.
Columbus, yeah.
And so to me,
Charlie Coyle, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Don't say fuck you, Matt. Fuck you, Charlie Coyle.
If I said it once, I said it 100 times.
Fuck you, Charlie Coyle.
It is.
I may have said it 100 times.
They are whatever you want. They are in goals for and against differential.
Yeah.
They're plus 52 this morning.
It's ridiculous.
Like the number of teams who finished a season over plus 50. Like I don't think
and
anybody.
they're 9 better than the second place team, or something. 8 or 9.
So they've got 103 goals or 102 goals and 51 against. Like you got Wedgwood
Scott
and Blackburn.
Wedgwood suddenly though is taken over. Team Canada has added Scott Wedgwood to their drug test list or their IOC list. Man, I don't see it happening, but sure, throw it in there. Let's see.
And again, so plus minus, it may be an outdated stat, but when you look at the top 5 in plus minus, it's McKinnon, it's Makar, it's Lakeinen, it's Natchez, and Devon Taves.
Yeah.
There's your top 5. And it's just you're a juggernaut. They're just rolling over people. It's crazy, man.
What's your percentage chance they match or pass Boston?
25%.
Yeah, and that's somewhere about where I'm at too. Like, it's fun right now. I'd love to see it because fuck Boston and Charlie Coyle.
The fact that you've gone 25 games with only 1 regulation loss, and you're only 3 points up on the record.
Like the clip you're going to have to maintain here. And there will be a letdown either before or after the Olympics. They've got so many guys going, right?
Heaven forbid an injury.
Yeah. But Natchez is going to go. Obviously, McKinnon and Makar are going to go. Maybe Brock Nelson's going again. Taves is going to go. Like, there's always one team that's got like 8 or 10 guys. Yeah. And I think it ended up being Chicago in 2010 when they won their first cup. Hossa would have went. Taves and Kane would have went. Not Sharp. He went in 14. But there's always Keith and Seabrook. There's always this conversation. It's like, oh, we got so many guys who went there. Are they going to be tired? And Chicago was like, yeah, fuck you. We're just going to buzzsaw the league for the rest of it anyway. And we'll see if that can be Colorado. And they'll do something crazy at the deadline again to bring in Crosby.
Brock Nelson Crosby with 16 or 17 goals.
Yeah. Another one again on Saturday night.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it took him to 17 goals.
Yeah.
Like, that's a guy who's 38, whatever, somewhere in that range.
Well, 87 born, yeah. So.
You have 2 20-goal scorers, and then you have this old man with 16 or 17 goals. Like, he's just, like, he's not even going to be a ceremonial pick.
No.
For this Olympic.
This won't be come in, be our third line center.
Be our captain, be the sort of.
No, he's going to be fucking right there.
He's going to be the man. One of the guys. Like he was in the Four Nations, right? Early on with those fantastic passes and below the goal line.
It's him that creates all that space in overtime to set up Marner in the first game in overtime, right? To score that winner. Just the experience, the skill. Yeah, this won't be a charity pick.
Well, and if you think back to the Four Nations, they're like, oh, it's Sid, maybe at the Olympics when you're captain, McDavid saying, I'm not gonna be captain at the Olympics. Sid will be there, and Sid will be the man. Yeah. Like, if Connor McDavid is saying that, why are the rest of us also not just mimicking that?
What was interesting, I remember in 2010, Niedermeyer was the captain, and in 2014, when Babcock asked Crosby to be the captain, he said, I'm honored. I appreciate it. I want to call Taves. Another young guy, similar vintage, but that guy had a reputation in Canada hockey as well, or in Hockey Canada as well. And Taves was the exact, what are you fucking phoning me for, right? Like, you're Sidney Crosby. Of course you're the captain. I'm good. But Taves had been so good in 2010 and whatever else that Crosby showed him that respect. There will be nobody on that. Like you're saying, if McDavid is already saying it's obviously going to be Sid, nobody else has an argument to be made. Like, that's it. The conversation's over.
Or it'll be John Tavares.
Such a weird thing that you keep centering him out as a no-chance guy. He's playing as well as anybody.
I know, he's
not even the captain of his own team.
I was just going to say, it was one of those things where when they named him captain, he probably should have been named captain of his own team at that time. Right? Am I right?
Yeah. Well.
Okay, anyways. Old news. And And Tavares is a no chance. Still, right here, 25 games and no chance.
Should we talk about it? We'll come back to hockey in a minute. Probably a few minutes. The Blue Jays have gone out and gotten themselves a motherfucker at the top of their rotation. Whether you've got them at 1 or 2 is irrelevant. And you're suddenly seeing people trying to poke holes in this guy after
his ERA.
Yeah.
You hear that, right?
Yep. So they have signed Dylan Cease, 7 years, $210 million. I did a show with my own initial thoughts when it happened. And essentially, what I felt had happened was they went to Scott Boras and said, let's not fuck around. What's your number, man? Like, just what's your guy want? What's it going to take to get this done? And then they threw a big wad of cash and their dicks on the table and said, good, we done here? And got it done before the winter meetings. And now you move forward through the rest of your offseason with cost certainty on this thing is done, right? Like you don't have to negotiate with Bo or with Kyle Tucker or whatever it might be going, I got to do the rotation thing. What's that going to cost?
Where do I spend money first? Here I got this.
Right.
Hot burner, back burner.
It's done. You've got a top arm guy. And one of the other big factors is that next year's offseason, regardless of what's going to happen in terms, it could be, man, or lockout or however you want to phrase, but the free agent class is not good. So you're going to have to do your big shopping now, knowing that Gosman could leave. Berrios has an opt-out. He's not going to take it. Bieber will be a free agent.
If Berrios is still here this year.
We'll see about that too. But get some of your work done now and set up that rotation long term, and they have done that. What did you think when...
Blown away.
Yeah.
Blown away. And I was in meetings all day, and...
I got the impression when I texted you with that reference, you weren't familiar yet.
I was not.
Yeah.
I was not. And it had happened that day. And
5 o'clock, 5:30 or something.
Well, because, so I'm sitting on the couch, and I have the smart speaker next to me, and I'm like... What your text to me was, I'm like, hey...
Yeah, you had texted me something.
Yeah, about if you're feeling blue or glum... Watching your Toronto Maple Leafs is not
just go to bed, man.
It's not an antidote. You should just move away from this.
Yeah.
And you sent me back saying, yeah, but I'm balancing out with dreams of Dylan Cease. And I'm like,
why? Why are you doing that, man?
Yeah, that seems strange. I know he's a big man and he's got that mustache. And there's a pile of things going on there.
Please cease with this line of...
Yeah. So anyways, I turned to the smart speaker and I'm like, hey, blankety blank, who does Dylan Cease play for? And she came back saying, Dylan Cease is a pitcher for the San Diego Padres. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, it's...
Why is Matt thinking about this guy?
So I flipped over to the Blue Jays,
Twitter or something.
Yeah, and I'm scrolling, I'm like, woo, look at this. Hey. And so I started going through some stuff. But so, yeah, I was surprised. At the time, it was totally, because I am not...
Everyone was surprised.
I don't live on Twitter. Like,
What's that like?
Yeah, it's good, man. It's actually, my life is quite fulfilling. Well, somewhat fulfilling. It is, and so I started looking at it, and you're right. You can look at the 4.52 ERA. You can look at the walks, right? Those are the big things that people want to look at and go, hey, look at that. It's terrible. But then you look at, this is a guy with a Ks per 9 inning that exceeds all your Paul Skeens, your Tarek Skubals, everything.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy, he's going to walk
second only to Kevin Gosman.
Over the last 5 years.
I wonder if we can get those guys in the same rotation.
Well, and I said to you, man, when you look at it and you go, over 200 strikes per season over the last 5 years.
Yes.
And you're like, so this is not just like, hey, I had a good season and it's payday time.
Finished second in Cy Young voting in the AL in 2022, fourth in
on
AL.
A shitty way, like he was on some shitty teams in Chicago.
Fourth in the NL voting in 2024. The ERA is not quite the plus minus of baseball, right, where it's just not all that useful. It still has...
Wins an ERA, that's your father's stats.
It still has a purpose, but it's not as good. There was only 7 pitchers in all of baseball last year who had worse defense behind him. And that doesn't necessarily just pick names. It's like the number of errors made, the number of blown plays, the number of... The Blue Jays will not have that kind of defense behind him. For better or worse, a lot of people have been pissed about the focus on defense. It can take you a long way, and if you have a pitcher like Dylan Cease, like that alone, if nothing else, will change behind him and make him that much more dominant. I don't know if he'll be a clear-cut ace. We'll see. But having him
Nice
and
problem to
Gosman
have,
next
though.
year at 1 and 2, yeah, man, that's...
When you throw Bieber and you Savage in behind there
You
somewhere.
may have you Savage as your number 4, and it takes all the pressure off that guy to have to be, because he's
Yes.
not going to be. As great as he was in
Yes.
September and October, guys are going to get another look at him. Scouts are going to have some more video on him.
Well,
There's always a struggle when
Yeah.
you come up and guys get another look at you.
And there will be
That's going to happen at number 4 now.
and there will be pitch counts.
100%,
Like he is still just 22.
Yep.
And you are looking at all those things. And I would just assume if you could find somebody to take Barrios,
Yeah.
I would just assume bring Eric Lauer back as the 5. You have a lefty in the mix.
Sure.
That's what I would look at. Like, and I would be very content with that as your 5-man. Like, well, okay, that's an overstatement or an understatement. That is a great starting rotation.
Yeah. And we'll see, Bieber is going to have to bounce back, but they always say you're not really yourself again until you get that full off season
Yep.
and ramp back up. So I do expect him.
But I'm not expecting Cy Young.
No, of course not.
Bieber.
No.
But I am expecting a guy who is going to be.
Oh, I expect a guy who can easily exceed number 3 where you've got him slotted.
This is it.
Yeah.
And if he shows up, if you have whatever it is, you want to stack a series to go, you're going to play the Yankees, wherever you're going to be, the Red Sox, and you're going to go with Gosman, you're going to go with Cease, and you go, however you want to jig the.
This is always it. Like, this has already become a conversation. Who's your opening day starter? And it's never as simple as we all talk about it as. It's in week 2, you're facing the Mariners and the Red Sox back to back. You want to be lined up for that more than you really give a shit about opening day, right? Like, there's a prestige to it, but ultimately you're setting up for.
Your Alec Manoah.
Yeah, who was also now cut free by the Braves. So
Oh,
we'll see what
thank
happens.
God for that,
We'll
because
see what happens for that guy.
we're going to get down there. But I was blown away by the signing, and yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yep.
And
I was more blown away by the years.
the 7.
Yeah, for any pitcher,
But
like
this
that never used to happen. It never used to happen for the Blue Jays. $30 million per. Most of the people who do this, like fan graphs and what estimate what these contracts, I didn't see anybody who had them at less than 26. I saw most people more closer to 28, 29. If it took you to 30, to whether it be the tax to get them to come to Canada,
Yeah.
or to be the, hey, we're not playing your game, Scott Boras. What's it cost right now? 30. Okay, here you go. And just be done with it. I think that's worth something, man. That costs certainty for the rest of the offseason.
And Scott Boras.
That matters.
Scott Boras coming out 2 weeks ago going, "Oh no, Toronto is a hot spot. People are looking at Toronto. It's a viable market." And then 10 days later, you're like, bam!
Yeah.
We've done this. Now,
One of the top arms in the market.
Hyunjin Ryu, who's
Yeah.
also a Boras guy, like,
Yep.
hey, we want the extra year. And like Boras is nobody's chum.
No.
Like, you're not getting any deals. And so, but at the end
But
of
to
the
me,
day,
that's that much more impressive that you got him to jump now. He tells his guys to wait. No, we don't want to wait.
yeah, not even December.
No.
You got this guy
Yeah,
in
I don't want
November.
him talking to other people at the winter meetings, which are this week. Fuck off. Let's go. What's the number?
Because
There it is.
That 2 or 3, call it 4. If you saw somebody saying he was going to get 26, which is at the
Yeah.
very low end.
Yeah.
If you went $4 million extra a year, it's worth $4 million to keep him out of the Red Sox
Yep.
or the Yankees rotation
100%.
alone, or the Mariners, wherever it may be.
And the question that's now obviously being asked is, well, was that Bo's money or was that, Tucker's money? Man, I don't think so. I don't think you jumped the gun. And again, I used that term earlier, and I got some shit. Jump the gun, meaning it sounds irresponsible, or I don't think so. They jumped the line. They stepped in front and said, "What's the number to just do this now?" I love that they did that. Throw your weight around a little bit. Throw your dick on the table, as I mentioned earlier. And just say,
Yes, we got dicks like Jesus.
"This is it." I don't think you do that and then go, "Okay, we're done."
Yeah, of course you don't.
No.
Especially when it was Forbes or whoever came out with the richest ownership groups
Yeah.
in baseball, and you had Walton or whoever the first place team was of the Dodgers.
The Dodgers, yeah.
And then you had Rogers.
Same guys who own the PWHL.
Walter, yeah, sorry. But he owns the Dodgers. He owns the PWHL. And then you had Rogers at number 2.
Yeah.
And then it's somebody $10 billion behind them.
And proof of concept is here now, and it has been for a while. You think of 15 and 16. You think of 22. Like, you think of this year. Like, from July on, that building, you couldn't get a ticket. It was sold out. The money they're making, and you can turn around now and go, I can have that for a whole year. And you can. We saw it in 2016 after the explosion midway through 2015. That will sell tickets. You can afford to do this shit. The ratings on Sportsnet. Step out there and throw your weight around, man. Like,
yeah, and spend what you have to spend. And so to me,
and I think now the idea of Tucker and Bo, as fanciful as it may have ever been, that's gone. But you are now going to get one of them, or you are going to get an impact bat. You're not just signing this pitcher and going, that's fine, we've excited everybody, and they have excited everybody,
Yes.
and that was one way to keep that momentum going from the World Series. But you don't just walk away now. There will be another significant bat added.
But if you were looking at, and we talked about this last week, right? How the outfield shuffle looks. And it's tough when you have that Santander contract still for another X number of years.
4 more years.
Yes. And so at 15 plus per.
Yeah.
And you have Springer and you have Barger and you have all, however that musical chairs works, you only have so many spots and 1 DH.
Yeah.
So to me, it becomes more and more, you saw that Kettle Marte talk at second base, right? You go, but that's a trade. I believe that's a trade.
That would have to be a trade, and that's.
But you are looking at
But that would be sign Tucker, let Bo walk, and trade for Ketel Marte. Now Barger's at third, Tucker's in the outfield.
Yep.
Like, there are ways to make it work, but
you are looking at it's finite. The number of spaces that you can move to, and in terms of the flexibility that they had all of 2025.
Sure.
Which was a bonus.
And there's a bit of a cruel irony to the number of times that Ross came out over the last several off seasons that we're banking on internal improvement. And
I shit on it so hard.
And he was wrong a lot. But this year, he was right. Look at what Nathan Lucas did. And you
Ernie Clement.
Is
Barger.
all of
Springer.
these guys. And it happened. You almost have to be this year banking on a little internal regression. Like,
but
is Clement this good?
You know what never slumps?
Lucas this good?
Good defense never slumps.
That's right.
And so if you bring that back and you bring increased starting pitching,
yep,
that is the way to sort of, guard yourself against what will be an obvious regression in, like, people think that Barger, went 500 in the World Series,
Clement was 480
set
in the
a
playoffs
world
or
record,
something.
a playoff record for his postseason hitting.
Yeah.
Those things are all
I don't
going to come back.
expect them to go off a cliff, which is what I said about the Leafs and was wrong about. I don't expect them to go off a cliff, but I do expect them to come back to earth a little.
And if you keep the good defense and you have increased starting pitching, man, I think it bodes well.
It's a great start to the offseason.
100%,
I
man.
don't think they're done. So.
And my sales are full, Matt.
This is it. Rob's pessimism. We talked about this in those texts. Like, there's just something about I don't remember what I said exactly.
No, what I said to you was, I'm like,
he's been healthy.
You're like he hasn't missed a start since 2021.
He's due.
And I'm like, he's due for fucking Tommy John, man. So,
which he had in high school, I guess.
Which is what that means.
Yeah.
And Matt's like, fuck, man.
I can't be the optimist on this show. This doesn't work. This isn't me, man.
He's like, your Jay's pessimism is killing. He's bringing me down, man. And so I'm trying, Matt. I'm trying. I'm like,
Rob's looking back across the table and your pessimism on every other topic is bringing you down.
Exactly. So my sales are full here. Blue Jay sales.
Off to the winter meetings. Let's do some shit.
I want to see Bo. I do want to see that now. Bring back Bo. Like, all that guy does is get you close to 200
on one
hits.
leg. He's golfing shit out into the outfield.
On a 200, and then you put him at second base.
Yep.
The arm's not an issue. From there, he is going to be a plus second baseman.
Think so,
and
man.
hit you, a league leading hitter.
Yeah.
So make that happen.
Just fucking do it.
Pay him another $30 million.
Get it done, man.
Get that done, man. Let's go.
All right, I'll upgrade my cable services if you co-sign Bo.
Well, I won't because you've already got all my dime. Cell phone, cable, everything, man. So
we'll take a break here. We'll come back. Lots of stuff to get into. We'll do that in a minute.
6'2" right-hander Dylan Cease.
Yeah. 97 and up, and Bregman is gone. An RBI opportunity for Alvarez. Swing and a miss. Dylan Cease picks up strikeout number 2. Another great pitch, and Abreu is gone. That is what had Dylan Cease finish second in the Cy Young race last year. Ooh, strike 3. Yes, ooh is right. That's 4 strikeouts in a row for Dylan Cease. Cease on the corner. What a start for Dylan Cease. Strikeout number 6. Pena gone. Dylan Cease, 7 strikeouts through 3 innings. Oh, wow. 98 right by the big fella.
Look at that.
Pena gone. Another strikeout. Dylan Cease.
Let's get back into it. Long overdue for a second pint. Long overdue for the...
I'm drinking. Who's coming with me?
Yeah, that guy. Love that guy.
I do love that guy.
I'm coming with you, buddy. What do you got there for round 2?
I thoroughly enjoyed my potato beer up front. It had that sort of...
all I keep thinking of is vodka, potato vodka, which I'm not sure I've ever had either.
That's your Chernobyl vodka.
Yes, exactly. The Chernobyl brand vodka, which we talked about 1,000 years ago.
1,000 years on this podcast. Yes.
Yeah, episode or season 3 or something. Oh, boy. Sloppy.
And, this is Black Bellows.
Wombalombalomp.
Yes. This is their What the Frack.
I've had that before.
The brown ale?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice beer.
Then that's what I'm drinking here. 4.4. Something like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm looking for a nice coast home. Unlike last Sunday.
Yeah, man, things
got out of hand.
They ramped up. Then there was a post-show green room session, which isn't always a thing. So if there was stuff in the edit on Monday morning that you found odd, sorry about that.
So did we. So yes, I've been gearing down since my pre-show beer, which was the beautiful Bytown. So unlike last week, it's inverted.
Okay.
I'm starting with the 10% and working my way down to the 4. I think this is 4.2.
Okay.
So you'd sort of shift down. I'll see what this. I've poured it in because I'm really looking at what this is going to look like and be consumed like. So 4.2 brown ale. What do you got?
Yeah, this is an old favorite that we don't have to spend much time on. The Octopus Wants to Fight by Great. And it was all about, honestly, last night over at or Saturday night at Whippersnapper, getting my hands on the calendar before I left. And it was almost a little bit of a Christmas morning situation, right? Got it. What is that? What's going to be day 1? What's going to be? And I didn't give a second thought to what my second beer was going to be on the show, which is just poor show planning, which is not new around here, but it's rarely on the beer side. It's always on the content side or the preparation side.
That had to do with the unstable barrel that Matt was doing.
This was it, yeah. Just reached into the fridge, grabbed one of these ones, which everybody knows I keep around just because I keep it around. It's my go-to.
This has got a fantastic head on it, which is... to me is half the battle.
Yeah.
And it's got some staying power on the head, but it's...
I think I had it over the summer. I don't really remember a whole lot about it.
It's
As
nice.
I often don't.
It's as a brown ale, what I'm looking for is a little maltiness, but just really a lower alcohol, smooth drinking. And this is checking all the boxes.
Okay.
Nice. What the frack?
Have you started your Christmas shopping? It's December 1st as people are listening to this.
December 1st, I am...
Is your tree up?
No.
No.
So I'm a real tree guy.
Yeah.
So midweek or max, by the time I speak to you next Sunday, I'll have the tree up.
Okay. That's fine. Like, to me, no earlier than December 1. Let's not do that.
Come on, man.
We don't have to do
I
this.
am not but my Christmas shopping, I am 90% done.
Wow.
90%. And
It's because he's only shopping for one person. The rest of us can get fucked.
I always bring you
beer.
you a beer selection.
Yep, it's true. But you just told me how you built another calendar out of leftover beer selection.
Yeah, but I like yours usually with I compile yours mostly of locals.
Yeah.
And West End.
West End
But-
boys.
West End girls.
I know. I'm still kind of humming on Saturday nights.
But I do have, like I said, my younger brother's here.
Yeah.
My mother is always with us, so I shop for both of those. The way better half takes care of the child.
Yeah. The child.
But I have hers all done.
Mm-hmm.
I have also, she's done for me because our boy Andy, with his 24 days of beer,
Yeah, you shut it down.
he shut it down. So
No need a calendar this year. If you were waiting for that episode, which is a bit of an annual staple around here,
Yep,
they didn't do it this year. No calendar.
So
Well, she had said
she's going to do it. So she's done.
she took over.
for one for me and one for her brother.
Nice.
So I will still have a beer advent calendar of 24 days.
Yeah.
And so I have gone out and I've curated a advent calendar for her.
Oh.
So I've got 21 of the 24 days of hers
It's
done.
not beer.
It's there is a couple beer.
Yeah, there would be a couple of beer, but it's not an entirely beer.
No, it's a variety, but it's all either edible or potable.
Okay. Potent potables.
Exactly, Jeffrey, shout out, in the 24 days. But I also have her stocking also probably 80% done.
Okay.
So I am on top of this, and I've actually shifted over to starting to look at what I need for 4 days of Christmas meals.
Yeah.
So I am,
Because you like to cook.
I love to cook.
Yeah.
And so to me, there is the staple Christmas dinner of, your turkey, mashed potatoes, blah, blah, blah. But I
got
do
a spatchcock something.
I do a tourtière.
Yes.
I'm going to do a chicken pot pie this year. I do my fish pie. Like so I'm starting to work on all this.
Okay.
And I just finished her birthday dinner last week. I do a killer mac and cheese, like a homemade mac and cheese.
Yep.
But I did a lobster mac and cheese. $90 worth of lobster tails. Hello. Crazy ass. Now, it was very good. But so, yes, I've already started to shift. So to me, Christmas is on the run, man. On the run. What about you?
Yeah, I started Black Friday, right? Looked around for a couple things because there's always a couple of, well, for lack of a better term, filler for the kids, right? Like you want an extra gift or whatever that really wasn't all. So I was checking. My sister sent my nephew's list along, and I clicked on it like it's an Amazon.
You have a bunch of under 10 or
and that's
under 12.
honestly, that's the most fun, right?
Of course it is.
And so on his list that my sister had sent me was the Despicable Me fart shooter.
Oh.
I don't even know what that is.
Well, yeah, it's hard on the heels of your fart spray from last summer.
The other guy, another
Yes.
kid in my life
Yes.
who I got the fart spray for, and that was potent. That worked. This apparently doesn't smell, but every time you shoot the ball or whatever, it makes a horrifically life-like fart sound. So I immediately, upon receiving that, texted my sister and said, I think
Scratch that from the list.
I think old Uncle Matt's got to get the fart shooter. And I ordered a couple of them because one's going to be for him, one for another little guy.
It's got to be the same guy who wanted the aerosol
Yeah,
fart spray.
100%, man.
Of course, yes.
So as much as it was for him, it was thanks for pointing this out as
Yes, of course.
for somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah, other than that, I haven't got a whole lot done. Yeah, I feel like I'm off to a good start with the fart shooters.
Well, it's the things that they want.
Yes.
Like anybody can get you something that,
This was $10, like $14 normal, $10 on Black Friday. So you grab 3 of them, 2 for my nephews, 1 for the little kid up here and you just know they're going to giggle and have a good, and really, who cares beyond that, right? Like,
Yes.
Are they laughing? Are they having a good time? Great.
It's the gift that you get to give that nobody else is going to get.
This is it. So
There is a box that needs to be checked there.
yeah,
Matt.
the fun uncle
Yep.
is coming in with the fart shooter. So that's the extent.
We all had that uncle. It just you couldn't get it on Amazon back in the day.
So that's the extent of, like, at some point I'll have to shop for the adults in my life, but the kids is where it's fun to start with. So
That's Christmas, baby, right there.
100%. So I wanted to talk a little about how while the Leafs have been sucking dirty pond water for weeks,
500 this morning.
Gary's 500.
Yep. Sorry, are we living in another universe?
We all live in Gary's
Everyone
world.
says that. Oh, we're in the NHL 500. You're like, yeah, but that's what we're dealing in.
That's silly.
Well, that's the world you built, Gary. We keep seeing, like, once a week, Craig Berube, and I was going to say going after Willy, but often Willy's giving it back to him. And it keeps happening on the bench.
One guy has 7 more years at $12 million. One doesn't. So I'd be giving it to you too if I was making that kind of cash.
And I think at this point, it's becoming a little, I don't want to say fraudulent, because Willy is not and has not ever been good in his own end. He's underrated in terms of his ability for like takeaways in the neutral zone, stick lifts, things like that. But if you expect that guy to go running into the boards and battle hard with somebody or whatever, you're never going to get it. And you either can live with that or you can't. And it sort of feels like Craig Berube can't. And yet, while the Leafs have been so brutal through the beginning of the season, it's really only Nylander and Tavares who've been worth a shit through the first quarter of the season. I wonder, and this comes up on pregame shows and other podcasts and whatever else, Willy doesn't care. Willy can take it. Willy is built for Toronto. Everybody's got a breaking point. And at some point, how about you go talk to Max Domi? How about you go
Healthy
talk?
scratch. Max,
How about you go talk to Austin Matthews? How about you go talk to Nicolas Waugh? There are a lot of
Joshua
Dakota Mermis, who might actually be playing above his head at the moment.
Well, he got punched out the other night.
Well, he does that.
That's got to be worth something.
How many teams have 2 Dakotas?
No, not many. Not many. It's like how many Cadens can you have on one team?
This idea that I actually subscribe to, that Willy is uniquely cool with Toronto, right? Like, he does shrug off a lot of things. At some point, that guy is going to get tired of, like, it feels like Berube is losing control of another game, and I can go and talk to Nylander about a poor back check and look like I'm doing something in 4K on national television,
Right.
while he's 4th in the league in scoring or whatever else.
What you're suggesting is he's speaking to Nylander, but speaking to the rest of the team through Nylander.
No, what I'm suggesting is he's speaking to Nylander and speaking to the fans and the media through Nylander. Look, see, I'm trying. This guy is what. There are a bunch of guys on that roster not pulling their weight and not doing their part. And while you may not love, as Craig Berube, the way Nylander plays, he's not anywhere close to your biggest problem right now.
So, to me, when I look at Nylander, and like, he's the guy who's going to fly the zone. He's the guy who's going to stretch it, right? Who's looking for that breakaway pass. Like, he's always going to be that guy. And you love
sometimes too much, but sometimes that's part of what's asked of him.
Okay, and that's all I'm saying is, so as somebody who looks at it, and I am not an avid Leaf consumer, I do enjoy dipping my toe in the Toronto market.
Especially when it's in flames as it is right now.
When it's not good. No, they've won 2 of the last 3. And
Let's go.
The waters are sort of calmed a bit. But yes, you're right. When it is turbulent, I am in.
Also this morning's belly.
Yes. So to me, that is the thing, and there has to be a large portion of the Leaf fan base who looks at that and goes, you are getting on pace for 100 points, whatever it is. What are you costing us on the back end? You know what I mean? It can't always just be, we're losing.
Also this morning. So.
We're losing, and it's nice that you're going to on pace for 100 points, but we're fucking 500 or less. Where does that rubber meet the road?
Sure. But I don't think, and I guess my point, or the thing I wanted to debate, what he's giving away isn't as much as what he's scoring. He's above water still.
Yeah.
I don't think that Willy is this, like, bottomless pit of, just keep pouring all your shit on me. It's always going to be at some point. And I don't happen to subscribe to this, but Sid Sixero tweeted out.
That he called in sick?
Yes. So on Thursday, he played. No, Wednesday? No, it was Thursday in Washington. And then, no, that was the one he missed.
He missed the Washington game.
And they said, it's just maintenance. And then he called in sick for that game, is Sixero's point. Like, is he kind of sticking it to the guy? Yeah, okay. You know what? I don't think that's what happened, but I don't think he is this endless patience of a saint. Yeah, you can keep taking it out on me for as long as you want. I do think he's more patient than most. I do think he lets more shit roll off him than most. Everybody's got a breaking point, man. Everybody at some point says, how about you get off my back and go talk to almost anyone else on this roster right now?
Yeah.
And it keeps happening on national television. Like, pull me aside once or twice in the tunnel or in the locker room or whatever. Why do you keep coming over to me? He's not their biggest problem right now, man. They have a lot of problems.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. And coaches like Berube, and
he's never going to like a Willy.
He's never going to like a Willy.
No.
And the reality is, it comes down to he was a celebrated hire.
Yeah.
He was
not here necessarily, but
no.
Yes.
But in hockey markets in Toronto in general.
Win a cup. Here's all the money.
This is it. Everybody wants him. Ottawa wanted him. Like, it was this thing, and you're
Wish Ottawa got him.
Yep. Well,
just like Clarkson and Commissaric and bunch of guys.
Jeff O'Neill and
Eric
Brian Leach and Ron Francis and Eric Lindros and all these guys.
Oh man. We won so much.
Yes.
Thank you. Look at us.
And it comes down to, I'm trying to think of what, I just couldn't think of that guy's name. The guy who was an Islander, had
Jason Blake.
Whose
son is now playing for the Canes.
Carolina? Yeah. And I was like, we wanted him too. And he went to Toronto. And you're like, okay, not so bad. All right, good.
Yeah.
But you're right. The Commissaric, I so with you when he left Montreal. I was like, man, that guy, come on.
What do you mean Andrei Markov's not coming with you? I've been exposed.
Yeah. Anyways, it comes down to Berube it's like one of those things where you're like, let's look at, and this is follow me outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
The Jake Chychrun signing here in Ottawa, and you're like, Jake Chychrun, great defenseman.
Yep.
Is it what we need?
Right.
Craig Berube, good coach. Does he fit?
Right. No.
What we need are the athletes we have, and I think in the end, at this point, the resounding answer is no.
Yeah. No, the players have not been good enough. Berube has not been.
Well, the system and style of
this is
game,
it. It doesn't fit. And to be fair to Berube, the team that was handed to him is not good enough. Like, Brad Treliving is not good. Like, this is a mess right now. And the number of times that videos have been posted by your Mark Masters and your Josh Cloaks and your whatever from Leafs practice, where it's nothing but Berube to try harder.
Yes.
Like, that's coaching, eh? That's...
Yes.
You got anything else?
Dig in.
Just work more. Oh,
dig in.
Okay.
We need to dig in.
Thanks, man. Like, appreciate the tip.
Yeah.
It's not good right now. The players haven't been good either. They don't escape blame.
No, of course.
But, man, it's a poorly built team.
You have put the wrong guy with the wrong athletes.
Yes.
In both ways. You have failed probably both parties.
Yep. No, 100%.
And I'm not sure what the statue Treliving has been. Has been in Toronto. This is the third year?
Well, he's had 3 off seasons. So, yeah, I guess this because he came in.
So,
May.
What is the statute of limitations on? People are like, he built the last place Calgary Flames, and now he's shitting up the bed.
Well, this was
Toronto.
it. Like the Max Domi 1-year deal that I believe was still a Dubas thing. Cool. No, don't. What do you? Wait, 4? No, not 4 years.
I'm coming home.
Not a raise. Don't do that.
Oh,
like
a raise too. Yes.
David Kampf, for whatever you think of the guy, was worth a shot when Dubas gave him a 2-year deal at $1.4 million.
Who was not Kempe in Los Angeles?
That is a different guy.
Just
if we could trade those two, I would do that. I would have made
just
that
for those
move.
Kemp and Kempe, they're not the same guy.
And yet, Treliving turns around and goes, okay, 4 years at double the contract, the value is now gone, right? Like as a do nothing but defend and penalty kill. Like these players as value buys are one thing, but they just lost track.
As overextensions?
And it's cosplay, big, tough team. Dakota Joshua is not that big and tough. He's not doing that.
He has not
much.
shown himself to be.
Lorentz, Lawton.
Could you get Kiefer Sherwood out of?
Well, I'm sure we could for our 2029 first round pick, probably.
How about
let's
that?
do
How about that
thing.
Harry Nancy guy? Could you? Who's supposed to be this?
He's having a great year in junior.
But is that the worst name?
I was going to say, our show's Harry Nancy. Rob sitting across the table. It is a bad name, man. It is an
Harry
unfortunate name. That kid's going to have a tough go. He's probably already had a tough go.
You got to be tough.
It's not going to get easier. I wanted to ask you what you thought of the news that Amy Shear announced. It was something like CNBC this week or something like that about
that she wouldn't play in Ottawa in the new building.
Yeah, that which has been covered. I managed to duck and cover when Michaela and Vanessa were in here because we were not going to agree on how that has all played out.
And I'm going to lay low on that as well. But Amy Shear
said that they are expecting to expand again this offseason. And she said, if I were a betting woman, it'll be 2 or 4 teams. And if I were a betting woman, it'll be 4. And then we'll coast for a while. We'll rest for a while. I was over at the home opener last weekend and already thought, like I spoke to a couple of people. You know me, I don't talk to strangers. My parents told me it's dangerous.
You do if I'm there. I like to ask the questions
normally
and walk
that's
away.
when I walk out. It's whoever can get away first. Rob's going to ask a question and make Matt hang around for the conversation, or Matt's going to hear Rob start a conversation and bolt as fast.
That's a veteran Matt. That is a veteran Matt move. There's been years and years, maybe a decade and a half of Matt.
Stranger danger.
Matt with his chin hanging out going, huh? Oh, no.
We're out of here. After watching how the original 6 franchises got decimated, and you've been on this train for a while. Before the expansion thing happened, said, don't go too fast, man. Don't go too fast. And that was just 2 teams this offseason, and it ended up gutting the first 6 franchises. You're going to do this again next offseason, like 8 months from now.
But you're maybe going to double it.
And you're going to do it with 4 teams. I don't even know why I would ask you what you think. You told us what you thought last spring when it was 2 teams. This is fucking ridiculous, man. You can't do it.
See, the thing is...
And they said they would not likely significantly change the expansion draft rules.
And the thing is, I've been to a couple of Charge games live.
Yeah.
I follow it.
Yep.
I'm a casual.
Sure.
In terms of the women's game, rivalry series, Olympics, like I'm tuned into those. But I am a casual women's hockey fan.
Sure.
Casual.
Yeah.
So I am not fully aware of what the depth is outside of North America, outside the U.S. and Canadian national teams.
Well, if it helps, their second round pick here in Ottawa in the draft was Anya Shekina, another potential women's sports trivia team name. The Funky and Shekina.
Funky Cole Shekina?
She was healthy scratched in the home opener. And that was supposed to be like this dominant player in the women's Russian league.
Right.
Come over here and boost our scoring.
It's a big move, though. That's a
100%.
That's a huge language, culture.
Everything about it. But her teammate who came with her, who was a 7th round pick, did play in the...
Yep. But styles, all those things, right? In terms of, like, I think for a lot of these Finn, Swede, Czech, Russian women who are coming over, it's either the aggressive style of play in the PW is got to be a big change
100%.
For some of these European women. When you go, this is allowed, and for some women, they're like, yes, this is what I love.
Yeah.
You know, you hear, Cheryl Pounder. Cheryl Pounder was in here a couple, and she says, "I would love to have played,
of course,
in this league." And but that is so. Some are
LBs.
like that.
It's a cruel nickname for a woman.
It is. It's terrible.
She seemed to embrace it, but man, that's rough.
Yeah, and it comes down. Well, and if you're a fit, Olympic athlete.
Yeah, no.
It's not. There's no fat shaming.
No, of course not.
But it's still in terms of pounds, libs, hillbees, whatever. But there are certain women who are going to gravitate to the P-dub style.
Yeah.
And certain women who are not going to, as there are in the men's game.
Yep. Oh, hey, when you bring guys over.
We want you to play this style of game.
Willy.
You're like, that's not my deal.
That's not what I do. Yeah.
Philly don't back check.
I'll be out here at the red line waiting for that breakout pass,
And
man.
so there is, I do not have my finger on the pulse of the women's European talent level, what that base is like. So if they're to tell me, yeah, man, there's still a lot to be exploited over there, I have no leg to stand on.
Like maybe, but if you're going to keep the same expansion draft rules, means you're planning to gut the teams you already have again. And that's, if you're going from 8 teams this year and adding 4 this offseason, like that is a... Yep. And I know the NHL did it in 6. They doubled.
They went from 6 to 12.
Yeah. You can do it, and it ramped up steadily from there through the 70s. So you can do it, but like all you said to me, and this is a complaint I've had for a while, is don't get too attached to your players again this year, right? Like don't expect that whatever it might be, Ronja Sevalainen or Gabby Hughes is going to be here again next year.
But they both just signed long term.
I guess, but I don't know what that means for expansion. It means they won't leave as free agents like a lot of people did this year.
It means that you will be protecting
a couple of them.
Yep. But I
think the story last offseason was you could protect 2, protect 3, and then they would pick
once they
2,
took 2,
and you could protect 1 more.
4th, yes.
Yeah. So
or
Emma
4
Clark
and 5, whatever it was.
They left Brianne Jenner unprotected because her contract they thought would make her, and her age would make her unattractive to expansion teams. Protected Clark, Gwyneth Phillips.
That's the name.
And maybe it was Gabby Hughes or Sevalainen. I can't remember now. But if that's your like,
yep.
Man, your first round pick last year got taken.
See, I think
is Rory Gilday your first round pick this year is gonna factor into that? A big, tall, skating defender.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose core pieces, and everybody is. But man, it's
and I understand there is huge clamoring, and you look at
4 teams is huge.
The Torrent,
and
just a sidebar, the 2 new names, Golden Eyes and Torrent. Yay, nay, compared to the existing ones.
See, and I didn't love a lot of the existing ones.
So I hated most of the original ones.
Yeah.
I think GoldenEye, which is a duck, I believe, and Torrent, I kind of think those are 2 of the stronger names.
And Torrent fits nicely into that sound right in Seattle.
Yes.
That all works. And I like, even though they're unrelated, they didn't shy away from the GoldenEye video game sound effects at the home opener. So that's kind of fun.
But those 2 teams, when the draft happened, we sat here and people far more knowledgeable than you and I on the PWHL said those 2 teams may be the best teams next year.
Hillary Knight, Alex Carpenter, Sarah Nurse, like Emmerich Mashmeyer, these are huge names.
If you look at this, and it's early, 2 or 3 games for everybody.
Yeah.
Those are the 7th and 8th place teams. This morning.
Yep.
And so like honestly getting smashed.
Yeah.
Like giving up a 5 spot in the women's game is a big thing. Like the GoldenEye rolls in here with Mashmeyer, Ashley Bell,
Ashton Bell,
Ashton Bell, sorry.
Sarah Nurse.
But I'm just talking about former Charge players and the Czech player.
Venezova.
Yeah. And so you took some of our best players either in the draft or in free agency.
Yep.
And you lost 5-1. Like the GoldenEye, I mean?
Yep.
We'll see. It's early. It's super early. They're at not even a 10th of the season, but it is interesting to see.
I felt like I was an early malcontent, and as you know, that's not an unfamiliar position for me.
You wear that well.
Grumpy about some things, and this week to see that news, like not only are we going to do it again, we're going to double it. Yeah. Man, people were unhappy, man.
I understand they are looking at markets that are saying, whether it be Colorado, Edmonton,
Detroit, Buffalo.
Like some of these, And you,
Philadelphia, Pittsburgh,
yes. So there are markets which are saying,
Quebec.
and they're waving. They're saying, yes, come here,
Yep.
come here, come here.
Well,
right?
how much of that is the Jays in Montreal to start a bunch of seasons?
Of course, man. Of course,
Like,
it's
once a year. Look at us. Look.
we're
Are
going to
you
roll into
legit?
Edmonton, and you're
Are
going to
you
go. We're going to
legit?
sell out in 18,000.
Yep.
Like, bam, yes.
Yep.
Can you do it 16, 18 times a season?
Yep.
That is a different question. But the league at this point is saying,
We're going.
where does that go between we are going to weaken existing franchises and continuing to have a larger economic footprint?
And if she's right, and she's like, we're going to hold from here, not permanently, but for a while.
yeah.
I get that. But man, I don't know. I don't want to overstate it, but man, you duped those of us in the first 6. Like, you should have just waited and launched in 12 cities or in 8 cities. Or
Yeah.
I'm feeling a little. You've taken, like, I've said it before on the show. I got a jersey for Christmas last year. I plan to roll back into town and put Serdachny on the back of it. First round pick. That kid's going to be here forever, right? That's an easy.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah.
She's not here.
Well,
you're asking
I have
a
a
lot.
coworker who got a Mashmeyer jersey.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
And she's a season ticket holder.
Right.
And so you are.
Well, I mentioned on Saturday night, the crowd I was running it, like, people are pissed, man. Like, at the women's sports trivia night, that you're going to blow this up and again,
They're pissed on so many levels. They're pissed at the city, on the arena.
Yep.
They're pissed at the expansion.
You've already taken some of my players. You just announced you're going to take a bunch more.
And you are looking at,
like, what's the point this year of getting invested in? Like, obviously you invest in your team, but is Ron Yasavalainen going to be here next fall? I don't know.
yes. I have no idea.
No, I know you don't. But
And so, but to me, it is this idea that when you look at when the NHL expanded in 67,
yeah.
68, whatever it was.
Shit expansion rules meant nobody who left was going to matter.
No, I know. But the best AHL team in 66 would have wrecked, sort of 10 of the 12 remaining teams the next year, right?
Yes.
The AHL was so deep.
Yeah.
And you had this.
All that talent was.
And you could sort of start to tap this. And so.
I'm going to tap that.
Yeah. Tapping the app. And it just comes down to.
Shout out Kenny Reed.
How fast can you go with this? And so to me, to go from 8 to 12.
And I get that. If you're going to do that this year and then hold, to me, that's smart. But it does make me feel like, as an early adopter, for lack of a better term, right? In early tech or in early what? Oh, I see. You got my money, worked out all the bugs, and then sold the better product to the next
Guess
year.
what, Edmonton and Colorado, you're going to benefit off of the back of the
Right.
Scepters and the Victoire.
Right.
And
That's rough, man. That's
and the
tough.
Fleet and the Siren, like
Yep.
teams who, like the Siren
They've had a hard
and the
go.
Fleet have had attendance-wise
Yeah.
through the first 2 years were a struggle,
Yep.
right? For all the success of
Yeah, bouncing around between arenas.
and the Victoire and the Scepters moving from smaller buildings to bigger buildings
Yep.
to accommodate the success that Ottawa was, and the
Yep.
Fleet, obviously, with multiple championships.
the Frost.
The Frost, sorry, yes.
Yep.
And then you have the Boston and New York franchises, which were
Still trying to find their footing. Where are we going to
Exactly.
play? Where's our best crowd? Where's our
and Boston is looking at you. Look at Boston early; they're top.
Yep.
They're running things, and you're like, man.
A lot of people thought that would be the last place team this year.
Allow them to solidify.
Yeah.
And now you're like,
Get a foothold
we sucked
here.
for 2 years, and now you're gonna, and so
Got
anyway,
us again, man.
we
We already lost Hillary Knight.
There is this financial. Where does the league grow as a league, and where does individual teams? And so, because you have one owner, right?
That's it, man.
You have one owner. There is no sorry, Boston. And there's nobody looking out
There
for
is no
individual franchises.
local owner here
Correct.
negotiating with the city and trying to
On
figure
a
things.
bigger
There's just-
arena.
No, that's right.
Right.
I think the last thing we should touch on here is something I sent to you early in the week, and I'm just going to be open about it. I had heard quotes I believed to be associated with Pete DeBoer from an interview that said essentially, and I'm paraphrasing, and this whole thing may be paraphrasing. We went to the conference finals 3 years in a row, and then I got fired. If I had won 1 round in year 1, won 2 rounds in year 2, and then made it to the conference final and lost in game 3, which I guess is the same thing as year 2, but made the playoffs and won, you know what I'm saying,
Yep.
Ramped up,
Yep.
I'd still have my job. And I heard that quote on the radio, and I went looking for the interview, and I can't find it. So I don't want to mislead people here and say for certain that Pete DeBoer has said that. He was recently, about 10 or 15 days ago, honored in Kitchener. I don't know that you retire a jersey for a coach, but he was honored as being a...
He stacked it up in Kitchener.
Yeah, he was terrific. And so I'm looking for interviews around that, trying to find this quote that is being associated to him on the radio, and I can't find it. So I don't want to hang my hat on this being something he's actually said. And so you and I are going to have a different conversation, but it's of the same concept, and that is, had Pete DeBoer said that, or maybe he has said that, is that correct? At some point, with the roster he has and the money they've spent, was it always going to be in last year? And we all remember he threw Ottinger under the bus, humiliated him in the last game. A lot of the players were upset about that and kind of left it in a place where it's going to be hard to bring him back. And he is one of those guys we talk about as coaches that have shelf lives. His seems to be shorter than most.
But great success.
Great success.
In each one of those.
Yes. What do you make of the idea that had they ramped up in the way that he may or may not have suggested, if Dallas, let's toss the potential quotes away.
Yeah.
If Dallas had ramped up in that sort of way, make the playoffs, win round 1, win round 2, and then lose in the conference final over a 3-year span, is he still the coach of the Dallas Stars, or is the way he treated Jake Ottinger, which we sort of debated at the time, is it overstated?
Yep.
Is it too much made of it, too little made of it?
And we came down on different sides.
Yes. Do you think if it had ramped up in that way, he's still there, or was the Ottinger thing always going to be the backbreaker?
If he ramped it up and the Ottinger thing didn't happen,
sure,
he's 100% still the coach
I agree with
of
that.
the Dallas Stars.
Yeah.
But we cannot remove the Ottinger situation.
And so for people who don't remember, was it a timeout or a commercial? I think it was a timeout.
Maybe a timeout at a commercial break, because
Sure.
it certainly was coming back from a substantial break.
Yeah, so Ottinger had come over to the bench in an elimination game, was talking with the rest of the team, started to skate back, and that's when Pete DeBoer said, "No, actually, I'm pulling you," and spun him around, which he could have done at the bench
During the timeout.
Yeah, and made it, clear, not had him have to do the skate of shame twice, essentially. And players didn't like that. Certainly Ottinger didn't like that. Now, Ottinger did say in an interview in September, long after DeBoer had been fired, yeah, maybe it wasn't quite as big of a thing as it was made out to be, or as I made it out to be. But all his teammates...
But he's gone now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I can look like the bigger man now.
Yeah.
But all his teammates had sort of rallied around him in that moment back in the spring and said, yeah, this is our guy. Like, this is half the reason we're here. Don't embarrass him. Don't... It's an interesting conversation, though, man. Like, if you can paint it as evolution, look, every year we're getting a little further and a little further and a little further. That's compelling.
But how short-sighted is it? Because you're right. You're like, okay, we made the playoffs and lost in the first round. We made it to the second round and lost.
Yeah.
We made it to the conference finals and lost.
Yeah.
And you're like, of course, man, I'm going to ride with this coach.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the evolution, we're going to make it, man. We're going to
Next step. Here we go.
take a couple runs at this, and we're going to get over the hump.
Yeah.
Whereas you go Western Conference Final, Western Conference Final, Western Conference Final, you don't look at it and go,
It looks like you've plateaued.
man, that dude.
But
is,
at elite, like Final
Yes.
Four, but leveled off. That guy's not going to get us there.
and so you sort of it's super short sighted.
Yeah.
It's like anything else. I think this day and age of getting rid of coaches and GMs at the drop of a hat, and you're like, no, man, you know what? Those 3 straight Western Conference Finals, like your team or my team, if you were to get 3 conference championships like in a row.
Can I just get one?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Could we?
Well, they're talking about Chris Knobloch out in
firing
Edmonton.
him. Yes, replacing him.
Yeah. 2 cup finals. I don't know if this is his fault. Like, I'm not sure I'm blaming coaching on a shit start this year. And they always have shit starts, it seems.
Yeah,
They're having a harder time
man,
pulling the nose up this year.
They have, man, they've been blasted
I'm with
a couple
you.
times.
Yeah.
Man, big time by Dallas and by
But I don't know
Colorado.
that it's Chris Knobloch's fault. And again, to circle back, I'm not putting all of what's gone on in Toronto on Berube.
No.
He's some of it. He's
No,
not all of it.
But we talked about that. It is what have you provided me?
Right.
And am I the right guy for this team? And for the past 2 years, Knobloch was the right guy.
Yes. And there is a window where DeBoer is often the right guy, but it seems to be that he burns through that faster than almost anybody. Like that, it doesn't seem to matter how good of a coach you are if you're an asshole and your players don't like you.
Yeah.
At this point, when they're all making way more than you for way longer than you.
Yeah, well, that's what I said.
You mentioned it.
With
You're going to
Willy,
walk the plank on that.
Like,
man.
take a fucking
Fuck
hike,
you,
bud.
buddy.
And guess what? I'm going to get my money somewhere,
Yeah.
and you are replaceable.
Yeah.
And so maybe with Pete DeBoer.
Maybe with Pete DeBoer. I don't think the Leafs are firing.
No, I don't think the Leafs are firing anybody.
No.
Right?
We're
Like,
just going to ride this into the ground.
right into the ground, I hope.
Sweet.
I hope it's terrible. I hope it's fiery. and there's much sadness. Not in the studio, Matt. I hope for you, nothing but happiness.
Hey, I walked into to the green room today in my Anaheim Ducks hoodie, man. I have made the switch. I'm ready to rock.
Well, those guys,
Well, they've cooled, but I'm in.
they're still,
Long term,
they're still
I'm
first in the Pacific,
Yeah.
though, even with a cool.
Dostal out for a few weeks here. At least.
Lukas
Yeah.
Dostal.
The Ducks may be my life raft.
Punjabi. I have no idea. Who knew that?
And nobody but you knew that.
Well, it's the way
It's
he
just
said
not
it.
a thing.
He said it's Dostal. Or he's Scottish. I'm
That's
not
my,
sure. Sean Connery. I'm not sure. It's Indian or it's Sean Connery. I'm not
Sean
entirely
Connery
sure.
on SNL's Celebrity Jeopardy.
Exactly. Your mother is behind my podium.
I'll take anal bum cover. It's an album cover. Long term,
Turd Ferguson.
the Ducks. It's a funny hat. The Ducks may be my life raft.
And why is that?
I don't know. Why not? I kind of like orange. You know, I like the Broncos.
Shout
a
out
little bit.
LSG because that's what he's like. Oh, I love the Ducks.
But his team. Oh no, he's not on your team. But his team's on the upswing too. Like
yeah, but he's also he's like he's a Padres guy. He's got a bunch of things, right? Brown. Nobody likes Brown. Nobody likes that.
except you, Dylan Cease. Come on in, man.
Yeah.
We love you.
No, he doesn't like it either because he's now here.
Yeah.
No,
He
so
ceased to enjoy it.
exactly. Nobody enjoys the Brown. The Halos. No, the Halos are the Angels.
That's the Angels. Nobody likes them either.
Yeah, nobody likes them either. They are actually, and
Including
you know what?
Mike Trout.
Just to double
And
back,
Rendon.
as I was listening to, I don't know what I was listening to, but our last week's conversation of irrelevant franchises.
Yeah.
How did the Orlando Magic not come up in our conversation?
Oh, I don't have them as.
Since Shaq was there, are they the least relevant?
No.
Okay, all right. Anyways, I was like,
As you and I, if you want to lock horns on our basketball knowledge. here.
irrelevancy.
Man, no, that was. I took some shit over my claim that the Bulls haven't mattered
Yeah, well,
before or after Jordan.
and you should.
And they haven't.
But it's the cachet
It's the
of the
market.
franchise and how much.
I don't remember if I
newsworthy
said
they
it
are.
at the time, but like kids used to walk around my public school.
Of course, yes, you did. Yes,
In the Bulls and the Charlotte Hornets. The jacket for the Hornets was around.
and your San Jose Sharks bullshit.
And the Hoyas. For some reason, the
Yeah, yeah.
Georgetown Hoyas
Yeah, yeah.
jacket
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a big thing
Well,
in
it's that-
Southern Ontario,
That's
man.
that jowly dog.
Yes,
Like
it
whatever,
was,
man.
yeah.
Come on, man. Anyways,
Yeah.
Georgetown Hoyas. We're gonna throw you in the pile of irrelevancy.
Um,
Patrick Ewing says, "Get bent, Matt."
Lots of people say that.
As does Allen Iverson. I think he's also a Hoya.
Practice.
Yeah, talking about practice.
We'll wrap it up here. for the Jowly-faced Bulldog on the other side of this table.
Yeah, man. 100%. Actually quite tight. Look at this. Look at this arm, Matt. Check that out.
Sens are just firing up right now. Dallas Stars.
We're going to go out here and listen to Creech in the pregame show.
No, you're going to go home. And
yeah, no, it's true. After last Sunday, man, you got to get out of here.
Pre- and post-game sessions was a little over the top.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Thank you so much for listening. Coming up later this week, you will hear from Angela Thompson from the Lake of Bays Brewing Company.
Shout out Lake of Bays.
And we are working on Nick Ashbourne from Sportsnet. I think it's a nice time to have him say why things are great around the Jays and not so great around the Leafs.
I'll be listening.
He may be uniquely qualified for
better
that.
It better be exactly as you've laid it out.
Fiery.
Yeah, I want it. I want positives on the Jays front, and I want sulfur and brimstone on the Leafs. Make it happen, Nick Ashbourne!
We'll see you for that. For Rob, my name is Matt. We're on social media at Tall Can Audio. Thanks so much for listening. We'll see you later this week.
See ya!
I've got nothing here. You're giving me baseball and hockey, and I got my keister blowing in the wind. That made to look like a fool here. That's just dumb. I don't want anything to do with this place. This place is run by a bunch of children.